Hey everybody, it's me, Alexandra from Mama Roo's, and we have got samples in of the exclusives. So I wanted to show you the fabrics a little bit and both sides out in the daylight. It's overcast today, so it's a pretty good way to see color today. These just came in, and yeah, so one of the things, so this is the Miracle Constellations exclusive, right, which has not yet gone on the loom, but it will be going on soon. That is the standard side. This is the reverse. Okay, so as far as coloring, so on the main side, so this had a watercolor background, and so whenever they do watercolor on the loom, there's a lot more of this kind of subtle texture in it, I've noticed, and a little bit more of that kind of you can kind of see a little bit of that color mixing and color gradation throughout the piece. So it's a little bit different feel than some of the other wraps that you may have seen from Lenny Lamb. And so I'm just kind of trying to show you that texture a little bit, because you can kind of see there just all the different fibers that go through to make those different colors and all those different threads. So they do that and they kind of mix it throughout. You can kind of see that. It's pretty neat. So of course we've got kind of that dark teal green color here with some highlight colors and the gold stars, and you can kind of see, right, because of the way it's woven, so you see some of the blue come through in the star too. So just giving you an idea of what the loom does, right? How it kind of makes colors, that mixes different colors together. All right, and then we've got the reverse side. So if you got a long woven wrap, if you got a wrap, some of the other ones, they've got the reverse that you can see. So this is kind of a gold mixed with blue sort of background. You can kind of get that watercolor effect, and then the highlights kind of look like low lights here, and then with the dark teal green stars, and then you can kind of see the light teal blue sort of highlights. So that is Miracle Constellations. In terms of the feel, you can kind of we're kind of shaking it around. You kind of see how it moves. It will, anytime you get a wrap carrier, we always recommend you break it in, and I can provide you with those details of how to do that. This is, it's a little bit of a thicker, but it doesn't feel super thick or heavy. That's kind of what it looks like there. I could show you the knot. Some people like to see knots. It used to be a big thing. That's kind of a knot. So if I make it real tight, that's what that looks like. It doesn't feel like, it definitely doesn't feel slick like some, so it's not super glidey. I feel like it's got, some texture, but it doesn't feel, super texture, like it's hard to move through my hands or anything like that. So I think this is going to be a really nice one, yeah. So, and I think this ended up being about a 280 GSM, something like that, maybe 290. It's definitely not the thinnest wrap that I've felt, but I think this feels really nice and strong and nice, and I think it's going to be nice and cozy and comfortable, and that's how it moves. So hopefully that helps you. Yeah, it's definitely not a super thick wrap. Like, you can kind of see that it moves very well. So I think this is going to turn out really nice. Okay, so this is that, and then I'll try to take a picture laying it out on the samples too, to see how close my approximation of scale was. Okay, so this is a strike off of the Immaculate Hearts. So for scale, that's kind of on me. So if you imagine the carrier and the baby on me, so maybe a little bit bigger than my scale. I'm gonna have to put it on and take some pictures on a hybrid, but that's the idea there. And then this is the reverse. Okay, so if you imagine that on the carrier, and again, if you had a wrap, you could flip to the reverse if you wanted to. And some of the other carriers have a visible reverse too, or reverse on certain parts, like the straps of the hybrid and things like that. So you can kind of play with that a little bit. So that's kind of a close up there. And again, this is supposed to be the heavier of the two. But actually this feels a little bit lighter than this one, but this is the heavier one. And so that's the kind of thing where it just doesn't matter. They neither feel like heavy, like, it's going to be heavy on me. Neither feel like that. And I have had some wraps that have felt like that. Neither of those feel like that. I think this is going to be really nice. So I'm just kind of showing you how it moves right now. You can kind of see the different colors involved in the weave. I'm trying to see if it'll focus on those different threads. It might not, but just to get an idea, and you can see how it's kind of mixing, I guess, on the edge there. So maybe this is a better edge to try to see, but it's a little bit harder to see. And we can kind of, yeah, I mean, yeah, super interesting, because this, yeah, definitely looks different. So I don't know, but I think they both feel really nice. If you can see all the different colors, and they kind of mix them together. So what those hearts look like in the reverse, you kind of see those details. That's again, this is more slick than this one. This has a little bit more texture, I think, because of that watercolorness. This is definitely a little bit more glide. I don't think it's too slick, but you might still really like sling rings if you have a wrap or anything with wrap straps in this. I think you might like sling rings with this. I think that'll be nice, but yeah, this definitely does not feel super heavy. Definitely does not to me. And then actually makes a lot smaller knot. I almost wonder if they mix up the GSMs, but neither feel really heavy. But if you look, okay, so that's one knot compared to the other, so similar. But yeah, I think they both are really nice. I think they both are moving really nice. I think they're both going to feel really nice. You can kind of, like I said, you can see how it moves through. And I will, yeah, I'll take some, you can see the detail in that. And again, I will take some pictures to kind of show you a little bit better scale up against a carrier, but I think it's fairly close to what I had put together. So yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that you enjoy that. If you are seeing these designs for the first time, these are Mama Roo's exclusives that are heading to the loom now. We may or may not have any extras of these. If we do, we will post them. If you would like one, if you do not get an order in before, definitely message the store and let us know what you would like, and we will let you know if those will be available, and we can put a request if there's extra fabric. We also might do a second round if we have enough interest. So that's it. This is Miracle Constellations, and this is Immaculate Hearts. Awesome. Enjoy. I'm very excited for these to come in.